Ring game taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
He has some horrible pizza though, but you know that's what he likes though. Oh, okay.
Pineapple, bacon, and pepperoni.
We live. Pizza time.
Yeah, we live though. Like, yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpion, the new representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Oh, what it do, man? Early Shuttleworth, man, because we in early game, man. What it do,
yes,
man? Shuttleworth, the guy, go artist. RingGameRadio.com in the building. You know what it is. LB, aka Lauderdale Boss. The world's still an op. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, Wish Fly. It's your boy Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. Destination Ring Gang Radio. Looks like it's Boys to Men. There's 4 of us right now, so let's get it.
Yes, sir. You know, Conscious Pilot stays elevating above the clouds, you dig? And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's good? You already know who the fuck it is. It's your boy Rome Top 5, Chicago's own, in the building, nigga. Southside, stand up. We here, nigga.
Yes, sir. You know, Rome Top 5, aka Chicago win, because he leaves these niggas in the breeze, you dig? But yeah, man, you know, the anticipation, man, we're getting now to the nitty gritty of like the highlight of possibly of this month, of course, and also probably this year, you know, with 2 specific fights. Of course, one that we'll be touching upon, obviously, will be Monster versus Fulton. And we got someone else that's joined the fray. Lukey, you're just in time, bro. Introduce yourself.
What's up? It's Lukey, fresh out of surgery.
Hey, man, how you feeling, bro?
I mean, I lost one of my testicles. I'm not feeling super great, but I'm glad to be on with my good friends, Shutter, Big Pat, King P, the Bodega, Rome. You know, it helps ease the mind.
Nah, bro, like
welcome back to light, nigga.
Goddamn, bro. Like, yeah, man.
You sounding like you going through it, bro.
I mean, bro, like if you lost one of your balls, bro, like, we all be going through it, bro.
You want to know what's crazy though? And I probably shouldn't be saying this on a chat with a bunch of dudes. I've never been hornier than ever after losing my testicle. So whatever happened, it like reset the whole thing, bro. You know, and I'm just saying it to be honest because like I realized, like I was talking to a lot of my friends, and the only reason I'm open about this is I never even knew that there was an issue that your testicle could get stuck to your thigh and that was a thing, because I don't sit around and look at men's nuts. So I didn't know that was a thing that wasn't uncommon, because I didn't know. It took my girlfriend saying, "Hey, that's weird."
Oh shit.
Well, I mean, not to take this to a different spot, but I'm just saying that because
I don't know. Describing it, nigga, it kind of sounds like some shit that you should get checked out. I feel like you describing it. I feel you on that, but I don't know, nigga. That's some shit I would have to notice.
I'm keeping it live. You know, I'm keeping it live, and maybe I messed up, but I did an adult decision to make sure it wasn't a big boo-boo.
Yeah, no, of course, man. You always gotta get preventative health, you know, everything like that, man. And you know, so someone else that might have heard this be like, "Yo, you know, it might be time to go get that, you know, get a checkup or whatever, man." So yeah, man, physicals, all that shit, bro. Like, you know, health is wealth, man. Make sure you take care of it. You only have only one life, bro.
Listen to Tom Green. Remember that song?
Yeah, I remember.
I gotta stay healthy to see all these fights. We having the best boxing year since 2019. So,
and shout out to women too.
Exactly, shout out to women, bro. Salute. Hey, yo, Pilot, you getting ranked about? So someone's telling you need to take better care of your skin, Pilot. Health as well.
God damn.
Yeah, they just gave my boy a Proactive commercial. You better roast them, nigga.
And honestly, and it's crazy because this like the sharpest I've seen him looking like a minute. Like, damn, like because you got the ends up, but like, I mean, giving Pilot a hard time. Like, I was joking with Pilot on some regular shit. Like, damn,
yo, that shit pissed Pilot off low key. Look at him. He like, damn, I thought I was clean.
What?
He like, damn, I thought I was clean.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and low key gotta be like, damn, like, wow.
you know,
all right, fuck it. I'm sorry. Let's get the business then.
Yeah, and King P will join us a little bit later because obviously, you know, he needs to tell us, you know, about his experiences in Detroit with the Baumgartner Leonardo.
Is he like Lester Holt, like a wartime reporter? You have him like still at Detroit.
Kind of, sort of. No, he's back. He's back. But
he's back. You know, like, you know, he'll be on later as well as us. You know, we'll end this, you know, cast as we talk about Monster and Fulton. But we're gonna start off though with the PBC recap, with Frank Martin and Artem Harutyunyan, man. And you know, obviously when we actually previewed the fight, the Harutyunyan, because it was unknown to us, although we know that he had Olympic credentials and everything like that, and he was undefeated. You know, most, if anything, everyone thought it would just be like someone that Frank Martin will just bum rush and just destroy and God knows how many rounds and whatnot. Because, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, Frank Martin is checking off on a lot of things, and, you know, interest is high, and everyone wants him to be in the mix for 135.
Yeah, he's Spencer's understudy, you know. He's EJ's understudy, you know. So
instead, you know, Frank Martin got himself a gut check and a half. Like, you know, and now. And it could be a couple of things. Like one, you know, Frank Martin, for whatever reason, Steph was not aggressive. Like, you know, half the fight. You know, dude was just willing to box, and you know,
he was willing to take punches. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he was taking punches, and then Harutyunyan was actually giving him a lot of movement and stuff like that. And I know CopyBox was saying that, you know, I know there was arguments on Twitter, and CopyBox was saying that Harutyunyan wasn't really landing, or Martin wasn't really landing.
But what it was is his punches weren't stern enough. They didn't have no power behind it, because he had the right punches pieced together, but you could tell he was throwing everything he had and it wasn't hurting him at all. So he was like, fuck it, I'm just keep throwing these weak ass combos and hopefully I can last.
I'm gonna just get out box for 6 rounds.
Right, because he couldn't do nothing. He really couldn't do shit. He was throwing everything he had, and he was just getting pieced the fuck up. It was like, damn.
Wait, what fight we talking about? My bad, I had
Artem Frank. I mean, again,
Martin and Harutyunyan.
Hold on, Martin's punches were hurting, dude. What the fuck?
No, I'm not talking about Martin. I'm talking about the other nigga, Artemis.
Yeah.
All his nice ass body shots had nothing behind him.
I mean, he had a few shots.
They weren't, nigga. They never hurt Martin. Martin was taking them punches with stride.
Yeah, no. I agree with you. Like, there was only like maybe a couple punches I felt like he troubled Martin with, and I'm talking about body, head, everything. But yeah, it didn't seem like he was bothering Frank Martin like that, even though he was touching him up.
The movement was giving him a hell of a lot of trouble, though. Like, you know.
I think overall with the style, not his punching. Like, I don't think the offense, because
he was awkward. He was awkward, and he just got beat up. It's like he did that awkward stuff, and then it hit a ceiling, and he couldn't keep Frank off, and then it was ass whooping time.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, that's all it was. Like, when people talking about the fight was super close,
many people felt that way.
It was super. It was competitive and close are two different things. Like, the right guy definitely won. It was no fucking robbery or no draw or nothing. Abner Morez acting like he was watching fucking goddamn Augustus Burton or some shit.
That Showtime card reminded me of the Algeri Ruslan card, where Steve Weisfeld had it like 10-2 Ruslan, and no one else in the world had that card. I mean, this fight to me was pretty easy to score. The German guy basically beat him the first half, and then Frank beat him up really bad in the second half, to the point where the guy had to take a knee and said, "My eye doesn't work."
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this though. I mean,
pretty much, yeah. You saw the same fight I saw, cuz.
I mean, basically, if you had a 7-5 for either fighter or even a draw, cool. But neither fighter.
Wait. Ain't no fucking 7-5 either way. No, Frank Martin fucking won that. There's not no, like, I'll let you get the Brandon Lee and Campo fight and some of these other close ass fights you be calling.
Listen, it's actually closer
Frank
than
Martin
you think.
won that shit.
It's actually closer than you think, because Frank Martin didn't start piecing together the power towards the end.
It was close.
Dude, he hurt him. He almost had him out, I think, in the 6th round. Bro,
but look, if you get hit the whole round and then a nigga just like rock you off one punch, that don't mean you win the round. That just means you had a good punch.
Yeah, I mean, and Martin had 2 of those.
But Frank Martin was rocking. Okay, this was. You know what? I know Pat's gonna hate this, but to me, Frank Martin is like a better version of Andre Berto. And I say this because
that's he could a good comparison.
Yeah, that's a horrible comparison, bro.
It's horrible, but it's horrible, but I'm a connect it. Berto's biggest thing was he had the quick hands power, and he had these raw ass offensive outbursts where he could put together some punches together and really fuck you up. But the thing is, outside of those offensive outbursts, his ring generalship and ring IQ kind of was lacking. He couldn't control the ring. He couldn't really outbox you unless he had his athleticism working for him. But even then, he'd have hard, close fights with guys like David Estrada,
Louis Collazo,
Rivera,
Ricky Hatton.
God damn, hold on, Berto fought Hatton?
Didn't he fight Hatton, or am I tripping?
No, I wouldn't. No, we would.
Shit, like yo, fuck.
Yeah, no, Burton.
Yeah, I'm about to just run and look at the tapes. Like, hold on.
No. Burton definitely didn't fight Hatton. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, Martin knows how to explode and do those offensive outbursts and tear you up real quick with combinations. He knows how to change the ebb and flow and the tide of a fight. But when he's not doing the Berto shit, he knows how to actually stick and move, box, move his head, have some decent defense. So it's like he does all the shit you wanted Berto to do.
Right, but in this case tonight, his ring generalship wasn't 100% there. Like it was at 80%, if you want to call it like that.
Yeah, no. I agree. He had an off night. Like he wasn't A+.
Did y'all hear his excuse? My reaction time wasn't working. What the fuck does that mean?
That's not an excuse. That's like basically saying
that's
like saying that you just didn't have it. That's just basically saying I'm just not really that dude.
What the fuck does that mean? My reaction time wasn't working.
The translation for that is like I'm gonna get pieced up at the next level. Like that's the yeah, man. You know my like that's saying like if I fight Shakur, this is gonna be all bad. But
people are trying to say, people are even now are still saying he beat Shakur, Tank them. I'm like, nah.
I think he'll give them a fight because the thing is, Frank Martin has a certain grit about him that we haven't seen from these other guys. Like you've seen it with Tank, with the Leo Santa Cruz fight, but and Barrios. You haven't really seen it with Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, Devin Haney, you've seen it a little with the Lomachenko fight, but Frank Martin
going to Australia, that's a little bit of grit, you know.
No, I'm talking about in the ring, like
no, but I'm saying that translates mentally. Going over to Australia for that first fight was a big thing.
Yeah, of course. I'm talking about as far as the actual fight. Yeah, like Haney has the mentality already. I'm talking about showing grit within the fight, kind of like how people was like, well, damn, Roy Jones ain't really show he had to thug it out until the first Tarver fight. Like that type of when he had to really throw the fight on his back in the last 2-3 rounds and really give it to Tarver, which had really won the fight. If Roy don't win those last couple rounds, he don't win that fight.
I think Frank Martin's like I don't think he beats the top guys right now, but I think he's in that William Zepeda top second tier of 135.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Like
William Zepeda is a beast.
You might be top 5, but you're not 3. You know what I mean? You're not 3 or.
I mean, 135 is loaded.
You might be 4. You know what I mean?
I think he could be 4 or 5. I mean, who else we putting up?
I mean, Shakur, Devin are 1, 2, and Gervonta. That's 3.
And
honestly, I don't think he's that much. I think him and Haney are like equal. Like
they're completely different.
Impresses me a little more than Haney does.
They're different, bro. Because it's like to me, Frank Martin feels like a club fighter kind of. Because he's all on. No, but I don't mean that in a disrespect. Like he's all power. And he's like kind of learning how to box, but he's most effective when he presses you and he just hits you hard.
Right.
And like
he's just young and a brawler. He's a young brawler.
See, that's why I said with the Andre Berto comparison. The only thing I added to it was he could actually box better than Berto can. Like I could see when Frank Martin's not losing rounds big when he's trying to box and he's not.
But he's still losing them.
He loses rounds because he's a brawler.
He's not just sometimes.
He loses because he's more of a brawler than a boxer. If he was a real boxer, like you say he is,
improve. Like, yeah.
If he's a real boxer, like you say he is, he wouldn't have been getting pieced up with them body shots all fight.
But I will say,
look at Loma, dude. Y'all say this about Haney, but I thought Haney lost to Loma last week. To me, Haney lost more last to Loma than Frank Martin lost to this dude that people are saying is such a close fight.
I said that too.
I mean,
you did. Like, I mean, shit, like honestly, like Haney didn't impress me in the Lomachenko fight. I thought he lost, and he was getting touched up to me more than Martin, because at least Martin dropped dude, and you can see when Martin.
Martin didn't really drop dude. Dude took a knee, bro. He didn't.
Because his eye was messed up, bro. He said, "I can't look out my eye."
No. That's still a fucking drop to me. If a nigga say, "Look, hey, hold on, time out. I gotta fucking."
That nigga pulled a Ryan Garcia. He waited 10 seconds after the punch to take a knee. Like, come on, nigga.
That's not. He didn't get dropped.
You still good,
dude? Look.
That's not.
And look,
was it a 10-8 round? Was it a 10-8 round or not?
This nigga waved his hand at him like, "Hold on, give me a second."
That's a mental drop, like, dude. Even like that's like saying Lomachenko didn't stop the guys who quit. Motherfucker, you quit. Of course I stopped you.
We call it what it was. They quit, but the nigga took a knee, bro. That's not. He didn't like Martin didn't drop.
Yeah, he didn't drop him, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. He made him drop himself.
Listen, Martin was throwing some good shots.
Motherfucker did like Kodo Cousin in that one fight.
Martin was throwing some good shots and couldn't drop him. He had to drop himself. What does that say?
Yeah.
He got dropped.
No, nigga.
He had to choose.
He went down on the knee to catch his breath.
Okay, what do you? So did Mayorga drop Corey Spinks a dozen times, or Corey Spinks was just literally throwing himself out of the way of punches?
No, that's different.
Corey Spinks was on some bullshit. That's a whole different.
That's different. That's different.
Dude was literally diving out of the way of punches. Like, the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, Corey was on some spoiler shit, nigga. That was some whole.
But see, at the end of the day, Frank Martin still knows how to impose himself on people. Like, I feel like Haney could have threw more punches against Lomachenko.
But the thing with Martin does, though, I think he just, to me, like, he did drop a little bit too many rounds, but he was able to at least make the adjustment in the last 3 rounds to actually do, because like the scorecards, like, because if he didn't do that in the last 3 rounds,
it was too close.
Yeah, it was too close. The score.
That's what I'm saying. He took over the second half. Like, I'm not saying the fight wasn't. All I'm saying is one of those 115, 112, 8 rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 5 type of fights. But the guy who won. Like, ain't no fucking could go either way type of fight.
I'm gonna give you a comparison what this fight reminded me of, but it's a little different. Remember when John Jackson fought Charlo and Charlo was losing, but then he ends up stopping him?
Yeah.
This kind of reminded me of that same type of fight where it was like you could see Frank was more like, okay, I'm a main event fighter. I got to put on a main event performance. Errol's with me. He's got a big chain. He's got a big fight. He's got a cool shirt. I'm gonna be a Showtime fighter. And like I think he lost some rounds just being a goofball, trying to force the action, trying to be too aggressive. And then when this guy kind of slowed down, I just felt like he kind of did a Ruslan Mike Alvarado beat down.
Yeah, he turned it up. Yeah,
but I mean, I didn't ever.
He was still getting caught.
But I also think that this is a fight where we're gonna look back on it and be like, okay, Frank Martin has a ceiling. Like there's a limit to how far he's gonna go. Like if you put him in with William Zepeda, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I probably favor Zepeda because I know Zepeda's gonna throw a lot of punches, and it comes down to Zepeda's chin.
Honestly, that's a 50-50 fight to me. Zepeda, Frank Martin.
That's the fight that needs to happen if boxing was like the NBA. That would be a fantastic fight.
It'd be a great fight.
And it would make Twitter make a bunch of crazy comments that would make me feel uncomfortable.
It'd be too many.
But the thing is, it would honestly do like what Pilot said. It would really give you. It would tell you who's. It would elevate one of them to the next 3, next 4.
Because I mean, right now you still got to put Loma in that top 5, just because I guess. But I mean, that would be the 5th spot.
Yeah, because right now we got too many names.
But you know what? I thought he
in
won.
The air. All these niggas are just in the air. We need to make sure these fights happen so we can be like, all right, he's better. He's the one. He's not proven. We need to be able to do that shit.
I mean, lightweight been kind of doing that low key. Like, I wish heavyweight would do that. I wish fucking Middleweight would do that. Like,
Word.
But lightweight kind of been doing that. We had the People's Champion lightweight fight, and then a month later we had the official lightweight champion fight.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Isaac Cruz versus Giovanni Cabrera. Everyone's gonna poop on that. Gio Cabrera can beat Isaac Cruz, bro.
Yeah.
We know
that. Yeah.
But that's a great fight. And you see all these people. They're like, I'm a hardcore boxing fan, bro. I'm Mr. Boxing, and then they're like, "Oh, that fight's a mismatch." And I'm looking at it like,
"It's a good fight." Because
that's a good fight,
dude. That undercard got better as fuck once they added Daenerys. Like, I'm like,
I mean, Jesus Ramos is my guy. Now we're all crazy, but we're fight fans, and I love it. I love Jesus Ramos. That's my guy, so I want to see him. Yeah. But get rid of that mid heavyweight fight. I don't need to see his goofy heavyweight fight.
It's not there no more.
Neither of those guys are going. All those guys are going to do is run into a good fighter and get put on the highlight reel.
No, the heavyweight fight's gone, bro.
It's gone.
Get rid of the heavyweight fight. That's gone. Bye.
It's gone. It's officially gone.
Bye.
Real quick. Let me highlight the chat real quick because I see they in here and I ain't even and we've been cooking. Yeah. But yeah, salute Blazing Killer, Earn with Hearn, what it do? Damn, it's a lot of y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, damn, like Earn with Hearn is roasting Lukey too. He says Lukey has a small forehead. He could look great if he gets hair transplant or wears the right wig.
I mean, that's just the way God. That's the way God made me, bro. Like, how am I? You're gonna roast me for how God created me? Come on, be creative. There's so many flaws to me with what I say. Step your game up, bro. Find some flaws in my words. Don't roast me on God's. I believe Earn with Hearn can do better, bro. Find some verbiage that I'm getting and really roast me, bro. That's a level 1 thinker. I want you to be a level 3 hater today. Step your game up, bro. Step your game up. I want you to really hate and hit a super chat while you're at it too. If you're gonna hate on me.
That's the Android in here. Salute. Martin won. He passed the test. Did any of you score the 6th round 10-8? Nah, it was a dominating round, but I don't think it was 10-8.
It wasn't a 10-8 round. Like I mean, to score a 10-8 round without a knockdown, like the fighter has to really be getting knocked around.
It was close.
Dude was hurt, but he was like a stagger away or two from me saying, "Okay, damn, like this 10-8." Like, I needed to see like a Brewster Klitschko type of Cotto Corley type of fuckery with the legs and staggering to me.
Doing the puppet dance and everything, nigga. Yeah,
I need a full blown Pinocchio dance, electric slide, all that shit.
You know, but yeah, but Martin, like I said, I mean,
every lightweight, y'all believe that?
He got one fight at 135. Like, pump the brakes a little bit. I'm just saying, he's special talent. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. He has one fight at 135. Like, how does he?
Javante will beat Shakur. Oh, salute Chris Brand. What it do? Fuck it. All right, let's play the matchup game before we leave this shit.
Frank.
Frank Martin Zepeda.
I got Zepeda.
Yeah, I picked Zepeda too.
Ah, damn. All right, Pilot, you.
Oh man.
Zepeda. That's 1,500 punches coming at you, brother.
I root for Frank, but I think Zepeda would win.
God damn! I ain't fucking. I'm gonna pick Frank Martin on that one. Bro.
Yeah, I got Frank.
I wouldn't be surprised if
I think Frank would take the challenge and be like, "All right, this is my chance to be number one."
Right to the occasion because he saw what he did to Michelle Rivera. You know, Michelle Rivera is a quality fighter. You know?
Yeah, and who was picking Rivera for that shit? Because I Frank Martin.
I picked him.
Yeah, and y'all was high on Rivera. What the fuck Rivera doing now? Shit.
He's serving a drug suspension.
Yeah.
Happily. He's serving a drug suspension, sir, and then he's gonna come back and probably fight like an Elvis guy or something.
At 140.
Gonna fight Victor Klitschko at 140.
Yeah. I thought Elvis looked good in beating the shit out of.
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Elvis,
Elvis. Elvis was still getting tagged by jabs and shit like that. But once Elvis decided to stop bullshit and throw actual like heat at him, Posto kind of crumbled. And I was kind of surprised because Posto. I mean, he's 39, and like Posto's getting up there. Like dude has been in the ring with some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
He's been with us for a lot of Saturday evenings.
Yeah, since the HBO Saturday evenings, like for real. Like,
Matisse Saturday evenings.
Yeah, that Matisse fight, I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed that Postal knocked him out. I was not happy that happened. Like,
that was one of my best troll jobs ever. I just said that Postal was gonna stop Matisse because it made people mad, and then he really did it.
He really did it.
I didn't even believe that he was gonna do it, and then he really did it, and people were like, "Oh my god!" But I just, because at that time everyone was like, "Oh, Matisse is gonna knock out Danny and all," and he's a good fighter, but he was a very like Costa Zoo, and we've seen these guys before, bro.
He was still brilliant, but damn, that Postal shit that hurt my soul when I watched. Like, god damn it! Like, you know, I was like,
and then to see Pacquiao knock out what was left of Matisse later on after that.
I mean, that was a corpse of Matisse, though. That wasn't.
That was inevitable. Like, I didn't feel anything.
That was Pacquiao with a heart problem too. Remember, he had the whole heart thing. They didn't even want him to fight, and he still
they didn't. But they saw that Lucas was probably too far gone, so they were like, "Yeah, let's put him in there." And then Pacquiao pretty much beats the crap out of him for like 7
You know how you know you're a legend, bro? You lose, and people go, "Ah, man, that dude isn't anything," and then you win another big fight, and you go on past the guy that you beat. Like that beat you, right? Like Bernard. Yeah. Bernard loses to Jermaine Taylor and then fought for like 15 years after Jermaine Taylor's last fight, or maybe like 7 years. But like Bernard lost to Jermaine Taylor, and no one even remembers Jermaine Taylor, but everyone says Bernard's name. How many times did Pacquiao lose a fight and he just kept going?
Yeah.
It's that's the sign of a legend, bro.
That's a legend right there, though.
Oh, I remember Jermaine Taylor. Y'all gonna put respect on Taylor's name.
He was cool until my guy Kelly got to him.
Yeah.
Man, yo, that second fight was a robbery. Kelly Pavlik ain't win that second fight. He got boxed up that second fight. They ain't do shit. I don't know why they gave him that fucking fight.
Yeah, I mean, the last real good Taylor performance. I'm not gonna pick the Sullivan fight.
The Super Six
was the Lacey fight. Like, first of all, I didn't like Lacey and Taylor fighting because they're like Olympic teammates, but it had to be done. And Taylor beat the shit out of Lacey, and I was not happy about that.
Boy, did he do it!
Yeah,
this is some real old head boxing talk. Like, I'm sure that the 30 to 50-year-old are loving this.
Taylor Lacey that night was the same night that Deontay Wilder debuted in his career for heavyweight too.
Yeah, he was like on the. He was like
on the under.
Yeah,
he was probably the first fight of the night.
No, but they showed the clip though. They showed him. I remember. I got it on. I got the actual VHS in the garage. Like, yeah, like that's how I can remember.
That used to be a thing. Remember when like you'd hear about a Keyshawn and you didn't get to see the fight, but then they put him on the highlight reel, and then they're like, "Here's the clip of him," and you're like, "Oh man, I can't wait for 3 years to see him." Like,
but Wilder was different because I felt like he fought the same opponent for like 5 more years until we saw him again later. Like,
hey, chat. This is how it goes. Sometimes, you know, when you have another old head, you know, with us talking boxing, sometimes you get these random fight talks like this. This is how we get down.
Well, and Wilder also did the thing where he'd be losing the fight and then just win. That was like a theme of like a lot of his career. So like everyone's like, well, if he fights the next level, this can't happen. And then he just kept doing it, where he's just getting outboxed, and then he just lands a big punch.
See, Lukey, I'm not gonna start it tonight.
Lukey trying to start some. He trying to go.
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Yeah, Lord knows.
He convinced all of us he could box, and then he couldn't.
Yeah, Lord knows I talked about Deontay Wilder enough. This is not Deontay Wilder, guys. I'm not gonna. Don't get behind me, Satan. I'm not gonna talk about Deontay Wilder tonight. No.
Fighting better, but it's like.
But am I the only one that feels that way though? Like, I mean,
the hype's not the same. Yeah, the hype. You know,
the hype's not the same, but I think he needs the opponent now. Like
140 stat, you know, and PBC got guys. You know what I mean?
He needs the Sims fight now. Like,
he needs
the fight was good. Like everything else was good till now. Like
Sims probably beats him again. You know what I mean? Sims probably beats him again.
I don't know.
Put him in with the guy that always gets a draw. Put him in with the split decision guy. The guy that, my guy Biter.
Barter, yeah.
Akhmedov, the guy, he'll fight him to a hard fight.
No, dude. Give him an easy fucking fight. Because they'll rob Rodriguez. They'll rob him, give Rodriguez the fight, then they'll come in there with him like, okay, they both conquered, what's his name? Now we have the rematch with Sims, and no.
That's actually a fight.
It is, but you know PBC is going to play the damn A-side game with this shit. Like,
it's not just PBC, it's boxing. Like, when has boxing never been boxing?
I mean, you're right, but PBC been kind of doing it a little. Remember when PBC had all the fucking draws? Pause.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then it got so bad, Hearn started getting a few draws. Then you saw a few draws on fucking Top Rank on ESPN. And then it just kind of went away. And you only saw draws come back up every now and then. Like, I think the Castaño fight with Mel, and then maybe another one. But you didn't see too many other high-profile draws like you were back in 2018, 2019, where it just seemed like, God damn, every Saturday a motherfucking draw.
I mean, was Charlo versus Korobov a draw?
No.
Korobov should have won.
I mean, I always feel like Korobov won that fight. I didn't really care about the result because I remember it was frustrating when I saw it.
It
was a better fight than the Harrison fight.
On that same night, Korobov had a more argument to win than Tony Harrison to me. I mean,
I agree with that.
I agree with that. I didn't think Tony won the fight, and then I thought Korobov beat Charlo.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I thought Charlo won, but it's one of those could go either way type of fight. Like,
yes,
it's like Frank Martin versus Artem.
No, that's not an either way. This motherfucker. Nah, that ain't no either way type of fight. Like that, like Martin definitely won, especially with the knockdown, or with he took a voluntary knee. I'm not gonna say all that.
he was very strategic. He did the Tim Bradley and Ruslan, took the knee, very smart, strategic move.
Well, Bradley had the referee helping him too, because if Provodnikov gets credit for that first knockdown in the fight early, we might have a whole completely different fight.
I mean, and also, like, Provodnikov's the A-side fighter, and the guy you're fighting is doing a somersault when you hit him.
Yeah.
The referee is probably not being as lenient. They might be like, this guy's pretty hurt. Let's really watch him.
That was the Algieri fight, but he had Bradley stumbling around too. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, like Ruslan had Bradley doing some really weird things in the ring, and not to discredit. And Bradley's one of my favorite fighters, and he fought his way back in that fight. But that's like a pretty A-side thing in boxing, where if the guy that's not supposed to win is really doing good, and the guy that's supposed to win is really, really looking bad, let's give the guy that's supposed to win a little bit more of a little bit of a leeway, because, hey, maybe they'll come back. They're really good. I don't even think it's
Bradley
like
always got that love. The Jesse Vargas fight, Vargas damn near had him out. What the ref do?
Yeah, the referee.
The last 10 seconds, and then everybody's like, "Well, it's only 10 seconds." Motherfucker, I done seen people get they shit destroyed in the streets in fucking.
That was a weird ass ending to a fight.
Thank you.
It was.
That was, and that was a weird one. But yeah, for anyone that cares, Elvis Rodriguez won. He won. Freddie Rojas got a win. My friend Quentin Randall won on the undercard. You totally didn't see it because they didn't televise it, which shout out to like not televising good fighters.
Wasn't it on YouTube?
Nope, they didn't even stream it. I watched it through a boxer's IG page, and he commentated it for me too. That was really nice of him. So he said, "Nice right hand. You can come forward, Q." So
that's a boxing fan right there. When there's a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Salute to that dude for real.
Yeah, but at least the Showtime card, it did make up for the last Showtime card. At least like for sure. Like it was, the fights. They were entertaining. At least they were entertaining for what they were. You know what I'm saying? But Frank Martin, obviously, he has some question marks that obviously then he'll just have to go back to the lab and just have to correct some of his mistakes, though, because you can't have those type of lapses if you're gonna end up try challenging maybe a Tank or a Devin Haney or a Shakur Stevenson or hell even Isaac Cruz, for that matter. So yeah, it's like
Frank Martin beats the shit out of Isaac Cruz. Dude.
How about Edwin? How about De Los Santos?
He beats Edwin De Los Santos.
Edwin De Los Santos is a bad boy, bro.
Dude, if Frank Martin would have had that motherfucker, he fought in front of him, he would have knocked his ass out. Like, De Los Santos is good, but like, he needed to look a lot better in his last fight. He had a showcase fight and couldn't make it a showcase fight.
Let me put it like this: this Showtime card could have been named "Step Your Game Up," because we were tuning in to see someone step their game up. And Elvis was the one that stepped his game up to me. And you know, Frank, you know, I think he stayed where he's at. He's a good fighter, but I didn't leave it going, damn, Frank's that dude. And I think he didn't leave going, damn, I'm that dude. Like
he definitely was like a B. Like I give Frank Martin a B+ for that fight.
I give him a B, a flat B.
But the only reason I give the B+ because it's like he knew it was a close fight and he actually went for it toward the end and the second half, showing he gives a damn, because we've seen guys, they'll dominate so good in the first half, they do fuck all the second half. Canelo Trout.
It's
like,
weird it's weird with Frank, because Frank, you know, they say he started late, you know, he's like 28, 29, whatever, but he did beat Virgil Ortiz and the Emmys and drop him, so it's like, it's kind of like, you know, it's like, is he really, you know,
he got the skills. It's just, I think he just needs to tighten up more. Like honestly, okay, I'll leave it at like this. The shit that I said Lee Wood needed to do for the rematch for Laura, which is basically do what you're doing, but just tighten everything up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Frank Martin needs to tighten everything up. Like, I fuck with the style. He's like an athletic brawler with some boxing ability, but he need to tighten up the defense.
And a cool ass team. Don't leave that out.
A cool ass team, like all of that. Like, he just needs to tighten up. Like, be more consonant of
Let me get your back on this. I'm gonna tag in. We're like the Steiner brothers.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's not intuitive to boxing to me at times. He's intuitive to fighting, but at times he doesn't just naturally box. He's like, come on, let's go. And I think that's what you're trying to say is like, you want to see him blend those two styles where he can like maybe intuitively pump a jab and then transition into brawling, or transition better, because I think that he gets stuck between what Derek James is trying to teach him and then the way that he got good just naturally just beating people up.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's the perfect way to say it. Like he's more of a fighter than a boxer.
Right.
And the boxing part is what needs to improve.
I mean, he can box, but yeah, he's more of a fighter.
He can box, but like I said, it's Berto 2.0 level boxing.
It reminds me of Berlanga a little bit. He's more advanced, but you know how Berlanga never can turn offense into defense and defense into offense?
Right.
It's like he's either all on defense or all on offense. Frank has a little bit of that to him, where it's like you kind of can predict, okay, he's going to be all offensive here. Okay, he's all defensive here. And that's kind of what I see.
Yep, and then, reading the comment, God bless James for putting the fear of God in Martin in rounds 8 and 9. Yeah, Derek James was like, yo, he let him know, like, yo, you gotta stop fucking around. You can lose this shit. He let him know. You know. Yeah,
lazy. Sure. Caleb playing at Benavides is a perfect example of what Sutter said about starting good in the first half and faded. Yeah,
Caleb plans another fight with Benavides. Yeah.
Oh, you don't get me started, Caleb playing. I've been saying that for years. About Caleb
and honestly, I'll give it to Pat, because I used to like argue with Pat, like damn dude, like you overrating, not overrating, you're over exaggerating the gas in that plant does, but he low key like you see it now, like
he's a 7-round fighter, bro.
That's as bad after 6 rounds, 7 rounds, just being the same.
Like in all these, like, and it's crazy because people used to say Jermaine Taylor used to gas, but his tank is way better than guys like fucking Plant, Canelo, and like what Pascal, all these other motherfuckers who just really could just fight.
Want me to tell you what I think it is, Uncle Lukey? It's the brain. The brain's a muscle. So if you're not completely relaxed in there, I think that's why you see guys gas out. You know, guys that are tense get gassed out, because I've seen fat guys go in.
Why Canelo gas out? Canelo.
I think he's tense. I think there's something when he's in there. He's tense. He's got all this. A lot of guys that are I don't want to say insecure, but carry a lot of muscle, right? They want the girls in the crop tops that look super sexy to be like, that guy's awesome. they often gas out a little bit. You know, Canelo's got a little bit of bodybuilder to him. He comes out tense. He's a little macho.
I think he throws every punch like super hard for no reason.
But for a while, Canelo, you know, his
still gasses.
His stamina was good for a bit, but it got back to shit.
Dude, stop. No. Tell me what fight was Canelo's stamina good?
Colin Smith fight off top. The Colin Smith fight.
No, wait. Let me rephrase that. Tell me what competitive fight that Canelo was in where his stamina looked good.
The plant fight, he stopped him late. I mean, what do you mean? You know,
I mean, you know me.
I wouldn't say his stamina looked normal. Like he didn't get. I mean, it was competitive, but
he didn't gas like the
he really didn't gas in the plant fight.
He really, honestly, he really didn't. And it was a competitive fight, but Plant, for some reason, Plant offense that fight, it wasn't enough to gas Canelo.
Right. You know, Plant got like the worst right hand in boxing of a quote unquote top fighter. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wouldn't argue that. I would not argue against
him or Haney. You know, they got the skills, you know, but the right hand, I don't know what the fuck. Do something with it. All that shit. You
know? Canelo has stamina in the Plant and Kovalev fight. Dude's gassing because he gave up. MEAT, I'm telling you. Canelo ain't gas Kovalev because all he did was just follow him and get jabbed up for 11 rounds.
Kovalev was working my boy Nello in that fight.
Dude, Kovalev was winning that fight just like Amir Khan was winning that fight. Like
Amir Khan did.
Yeah, until they get stopped. But yeah, like now this. But Lukey's absolutely right. It's all about the nerves being calm. That's why you don't see James Toney gas, because that motherfucker just
it's relax, you know.
Relax.
Yeah, when you're defense,
Floyd gas.
Yeah, you don't see Floyd gas, you know, unless you're like, you know, a freak of nature, like physically. Yeah, you don't see some of these niggas like gas, like, you know, like these do. So I mean, hey, like I said, you know, eventually, I mean, stamina can improve, but you just got to put in the work to do it.
yeah, but